Howdy, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all are doing okay today. I want to tell you a little interesting story about my new key fob. For that, we've got to go back quite a few years. So, rewind to the end of World War II in the European theater. My grandfather, on my dad's side, fought in World War II, 443rd Anti-Aircraft Battalion, several close call missions. I don't believe he ever got hurt. No, he did get in a Jeep accident. I don't think he ever got hurt by the enemy. Gets back in the States, ends up moving to central Kentucky, where the woman that he met who was in the USO that he wanted to marry decided that they wanted to be back home, and he started a garage door business. I believe it was in the 50s, maybe in the 60s, installing and doing maintenance and repair to garage doors in the state. Well, he bought that little wrench that I just showed you on camera, kept it in his pocket as long as I can remember, from 88 to call it 2000 when he got sick. And he carried it in his pocket for years prior to that I'm aware of, but I wasn't around for. Thing went everywhere with him. He used it all the time to just do whatever work he needed to work on, whether it was working on tiny stuff on the tractor, working on garage doors, whatever it was. That was his little go-to wrench, as long as it would fit. Well, when my granddad died, that's something that I would have liked to have gotten. You know, something that he always kept on him. I figured something I could keep on me. It didn't work out that way. My granddad actually wanted to give it to his buddy that he ran the garage door business with. And I'm like, you know what? That's very fair. I can understand and appreciate that. So, a little while after the funeral, my dad suggested, why don't you write your papa's buddy and just say, if at any point you no longer want to have it, I would enjoy keeping it for sentimental reasons. Figured worst he can say is no. Worst that can happen is he get offended at the fact that I'm saying, hey, eventually you're probably going to kick the bucket too, and I want the wrench when you do. I wrote the letter, sent it off, forgot about it. Probably about 5 years later, a little package shows up, didn't know the return address, didn't recognize the name on it, open it up, and sure enough, there's that little wrench in there. It's kind of cool. Glad to have it back. Skip forward a few years to I'm married, have children. My wife and I ended up moving twice in a year. And there was stuff going in and out of various places for storage. I wasn't in charge of all the packing. It ended up getting misplaced, and I thought it was either lost forever or just left behind somewhere. I didn't know what had happened to my little wrench. Okay, it kind of sucks, but stuff happens. And I didn't carry it all the time. I left it on my dresser quite a bit, so it just got tucked away somewhere. Didn't think anything about it. Well, fast forward again to a week ago, and my family and I were putting trash at the end of the driveway for the rural county bulk pickup. That happens a lot of places out in the boonies, where I live anyway. Just set your junk at the end of the driveway. If someone wants your junk, they'll come root through it and get it. And then by a certain date, the county will come through with a big junkyard crane kind of thing on wheels and pick it all up and take it away. Well, we're going through some stuff in various little storage places that we got, and my sister was over visiting, and Mom's like, well, we're doing this. She's like, I don't mind helping. So okay, so she's helping out, and she's got a box of stuff that's going to the end of the driveway. Well, I look in there and I see that little wrench completely covered in rust. I'm like, oh my gosh. I snatch it out of there real quick. I look at it, takes me back. I can't believe I found this thing again. So I proceed to let it soak in some rust remover, and now it's on my keychain. So I think that's kind of cool. I got something that my granddad carried with him everywhere, and the thing that I think is really cool about it, in a sense, is the name Diamond Tool and Horseshoe Company. The company got bought out in the late 80s by Apex Tools, which they're still in business, but you cannot buy any Diamond Tool and Horseshoe Company stuff on label, at least anymore. But I've got a couple of their tools. Dad had a big old adjustable pipe wrench or something like that. I still got it somewhere, and it's very handy for big bolts. I mean, this thing's over a foot long. It's massive, and has huge jaw settings on it too. You can really open it up and get onto some 3-inch bolts. I mean, it's pretty big. But I think it's kind of cool that they don't make that anymore. And not only do I have a couple of them, but I have one that belonged to my dad and one that belonged to my granddad. I also have a couple other things that I have something that my dad kept on him a lot, and I keep it close by too. So I just, kind of a neat story. I just thought it was kind of neat, the strange path that thing took to getting back in the family and then to getting found again. Anyway, that's kind of what I got, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch y'all next time.